Welcome, everybody, to the Triple B Experience, the Friday night show that's raw, uncut, uncensored. We'll be talking a little bit about some pro wrestling independent and some pro wrestling news, some pop culture stuff, some MCU stuff, and just stay tuned because you never know what I got in store on the Friday night edition of the Triple B Experience. Welcome, everybody. Like I said, this is the Triple B Experience, the big time show that started it all in the podcasting world for me. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, on a Friday night, 9 o'clock as always. We try to be punctual. Sometimes I get a little bit slow, sometimes I get a little bit fast, but I have a lot of stuff to talk about. I have a lot of stuff going on, and I just want you guys to sit back, grab a beer, chill out, and enjoy the camaraderie of what I'm talking about. I sent a link out to special field correspondent Shane Stodmiller. He might be out and about, but he's always allowed on because I know we were going to do a little bit of talking about Echo. So, all right. Good day, mate. Steeler Nation Australia is in the house. We are licking our wounds from Monday night loss against Buffalo. We're okay, people. We're going into the off season. Mike Tomlin had a big giant press conference yesterday, and let's just put it this way. He's going to be around for 2024. He's looking to sign an extension, and hopefully he can get the ship in order and steer it to the right way because the last 5 playoff games, getting scored on by 30 points is not good. Justin, thanks for tuning in, and thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I try to do this is a little bit more than the Steelers stuff. It's a little bit of sprinkled in pulp culture, which I do when I first got started. I used to do it, Justin, and anybody else that's listening. I used to do the Triple B Experience in 15-minute formats. I would do Steelers, pro wrestling, and pulp culture, but it just got too chaotic to try to get everything in. But Wednesday nights, ladies and gentlemen, I do the Black and Gold Dynasty show, the Black and Gold Dynasty show right here every Wednesday night, the Black and Gold Dynasty podcast show. I changed the name from the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty just to the regular Black and Gold Dynasty. We are going to be going strong all season long. I'm not taking a break. I will talk about the draft when the draft is up. We are looking for a mega cast after let's see, in February. I have it written down here. I believe right after the Super Bowl, to give our year end and review of the Steelers, looking with maybe the 13th with the Steelers Round Boys, JT, TA, and Freight Train. And then I might have a couple people on my own on the Triple B Experience side where we will talk the after season of the Pittsburgh Steelers season. And there is Shane right there. He's coming on. And we will probably be doing that February 13th. And I have a lot of stuff going on. And everybody, let me welcome to the show special field correspondent and this host of the Big 12 and West Virginia show. He's a friend of somebody that I don't know. But anyway, here he is, everybody. Special field correspondent, Shane Stodmiller. Shane,
I'm
how you doing?
My Stingers gear tonight, Bubba.
I see that. I see that. I put the bat signal out to you, Shane, and I know.
Well, I'm glad because I was wondering if I was coming on tonight. I was playing Gran Turismo. I don't play video games, but boy, that's a fun game. You collect cars.
What's that? Is that what it is?
It's racing, and Bubba, they actually have the car I own, and I used it, and I did a Ricky Bobby. I rubbed a guy, and I actually got first place, and my kids were amazed.
Oh, was you on fire? Was you on fire?
Yeah. So Justin.
Yeah, let's answer Justin's question because he likes my my Steeler content, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
Justin.
will
Okay, we'll
answer.
answer that question.
Go ahead, Shane. Who do you think offhand to answer Justin? And Justin, thank you so much for tuning into the Triple B Experience show, and God bless you for tuning in on the Steelers stuff and just having the channel all together. So yeah, who would you take? Who would you take?
Who would I take? They have that. They're talking about that quarterback from who played quarterback at Pitt. His name escapes me right now. I'm going to look it up.
Please, nobody from Pitt.
No, I agree. Nobody from Pitt.
Nobody. You're thinking Alex Van Pelt.
Yeah, I
No.
don't. How can Alex Van Pelt get so out of shape?
Well, you know what? You eat some chips. You know what I mean, and do whatever, and that happens.
Yeah,
I mean,
but Bubba, he's around a training table, a nutritionist, and that kind of stuff.
Well, the stuff.
You know, if you and me had a nutritionist and a training table,
oh my God, I'd be.
We'd be deadly.
I just left the gym about an hour ago, but I had a Mexican wrap at Sheets, and you know what really irks my chain is when Sheets. I got the girls some French fries, curly fries, and regular fries. The girls, Tammy got regular fries, and Jinxie Jinx got curly fries. And you know what? They didn't fill the whole container up. Like they filled it halfway up.
No, they don't. They don't.
Ridiculous. Wow. So who you?
I don't know. So Tomlin was very sketchy when he talked about this, and you know they tried to pin him on that, but you know.
Well, Mike Pursuta said he actually had a better response in his press conference than he did Monday when he walked off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking here.
I mean,
look
at this guy. He lost a lot of respect.
Larry, when would you have any respect for the guy? I mean, he's mediocre Mike. And my favorite Mike's is Mike Subs.
Mike Subs. Larry's the host of Pro Wrestling Extreme podcast, which those guys will be on February 6th. Look, I think he said everything right, like Pursuta said this morning when I was on my way into work. He told everybody and he answered the question. And a lot of people said that they shouldn't Brooke Pryor shouldn't have threw that question out. So I don't know. Like he could have answered that question Monday. He's like, look, this is not the time to answer it, but I will answer it later. We just lost. And then he could have walked off, kind of. But I mean, now he walked off, so that was a meme. Now that it'll be like Jim Moore, like playoffs. It'll be like Tomlin now. That'll be a meme. That'll be people cracking jokes, you know?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Bubba, I'm going to run through the options of OC.
Larry, he's going to be around for a long time. There's nothing we can do. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Alex Van Pelt, 53 years old. Broke many of Dan Marino's passing records, but who gives a shit?
No, Justin, that's not my. Keep going. Boo.
I like Byron Leftwich. No one really likes him as much as I like him. You guys shit on him.
Well, the reason why I shit on him because I don't want anybody from the Steeler organization that played with the Steelers for a round for OC. The only person I want in the Steelers that is a coach, it will be a coach, is Hines Ward as a receiver coach. That's all I want.
Mike Tomlin needs someone that has their nose like that in the crack of his ass. And I think Byron Leftwich wouldn't have his nose in his crack, but he'd make Tomlin feel comfortable enough to accept, you know.
Okay, who else? Who else you got?
Who else? Ken Dorsey.
I'm lukewarm. I got a lukewarm feeling with that.
Wasn't
he the Buffalo Bills coordinator?
He was. He had one season. I think he had one season under Allen.
Okay. Maybe
Eric Bieniemy is a huge one that they're talking about, and that sounds like a hot one.
If he's not a head coach, I would take him. Him. Larry says no way on Dorsey. No way
on. How about Darrell Bevel? He was a Dolphins pass game coordinator.
Lukewarm. What about
we're going for young blood.
What about Killsbury?
Cliff Kingsbury's going somewhere. He's going to be a head coach somewhere
in the NFL or college.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I don't know, but I saw reports he's going to get a job. But Clint Kubiak is 36, and he's the 49ers. OC.
Okay. I would, but why would he leave that and come to the Steelers?
I think
I like that.
I think the Roonies are kind of tight with their money, so I don't think they're going to offer him the bankroll.
Yeah, I would stay with 49ers if I was him.
But those are the ones that are popping off.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Leftwich, and I don't like that. So
why, Bubba? Why don't you like Byron?
Because Byron Leftwich in Tampa didn't really do too much. You know why he really didn't do too much? Because he had Bruce Arians probably calling the shots high above him because he was head coach, and Tom Brady was the man running the offense. Tom Brady was
but I mean, you can't tell me he's learned a little bit from both those guys.
Well, maybe, but still, I believe. Well, Larry says he likes Leftwich.
Think of this, Bubba, in wrestling terms.
Okay, in wrestling terms, okay.
You're brought in as a there's a tag team. You're brought in as the third man. Okay,
the 6-man tag. Okay,
yeah,
okay, like Crush did when Demolition.
Right.
Okay,
and you got to think of this. He was there a while. He had to learn, some, take something from it,
Okay.
I'm thinking, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too optimistic.
I understand where you're coming from. Hey, Donnie Fulmer, what's up? Paul Atlas is in the house. Thank you, Paul, for tuning in. Yeah, I mean, Leftwich right now is probably the front runner. I'm going to have to deal with it. Justin, hopefully that will answer your questions. But it's going to be an off season that I have to know what's going on. Like, I want to know drafting positions. I know I'm going to start talking pop culture here, but the Steelers are a very important topic here. Mm-hmm. Steelers are a hot topic in Western Pennsylvania right now. And it's probably not a podcast that I can't do or go on. It's something to do with the Steelers. That's just how it is. I believe that Mason Rudolph will not be here because
you're right.
Because he's going to get a little sweeter deal, and I heard he's going to get a little sweeter deal at Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams actually want him, and the Rams can actually afford him. So if that actually happens, thank you, he's gone. I hate
the Rams will be good with him.
Well, he could probably start a couple games, and they have receivers, and they're still competitive. And
climate's nice.
The climate. If they pay him, say they pay him,
taxes suck.
Say they pay him $6 million a year, just $6 million. They can afford it. Boom.
Good for him.
He's gone.
Good for
him. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. So then we're gonna have to go get a quarterback because the number one quarterback is still Kenny Pickett. I just went to the comic book store. They actually have McFarlane figures now of Kenny fucking Pickett out, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Now you made a McFarlane figure for Kenny Pickett, and now he hasn't played. He hasn't played in like a month and a half due to injury, and he couldn't even make it back into the lineup. I think Todd McFarlane fucked that all up. But
yeah, I don't know, Bubba. That's
$29. I'm going to buy one because it's Kenny. It's a Steeler thing, and they'll be going on a hot commodity. And you're like, because they are McFarlane figures are real nice. I am a collectible.
Yeah, they're really nice. Yeah,
he has small. The variant has small hands. Oh, Mr. Martello, thanks for tuning in. Jeff Gash, thanks for tuning in. So, I don't know. And I appreciate all the Steeler talk. And if you guys bring Steeler questions on, hey, I'll answer them, even though it's not the Black and Gold Dynasty show. I'll still answer them. And Donnie Fulmer says we have to get a damn quarterback that. Oh wait. Oh, I had something and it went gone. Oh, Donnie had a big, nice paragraph. Donnie, rewrite that and I'll say it. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff, man. I've been very, very busy. Let me ask you, you've been busy this week too. Did you do the thing for mayor of Kingstown?
Yeah, I haven't got a call back for that, but I'm scheduled to do that next week.
Okay, I thought it was yesterday. I'm sorry.
No, they have like 5 days.
Okay.
So there's some scenes.
Awesome,
I might just be some guy in the standing there blinking and breathing.
You want to talk? If you get any type of dialogue, and it's more like you never know. If you talk like 6 sentences or something, or 6 words, not 6 sentences, you can actually get your card.
My brother-in-law, I don't know. Do you know my brother-in-law Mason?
No.
His name's Chris. They call him Mason. So my sister's just shy of 6 foot, so she's like 5'11", right?
Okay.
Mason is 6'5".
Holy shit.
So their kids are tall.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Is it Marion Center
Mason
School
has a
District?
beard like this,
Okay.
and he's, he looks like a lumberjack. Okay.
Okay.
He was in the Hunger Games as an extra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Where did
Like
they film that at?
down in Georgia.
Oh, he had to go to. Now he's from up this way.
Well, he's a military guy. He he's grew up in Nebraska and then went to Georgia. He's been
Okay.
all over, but they
Oh, wow.
live
That's
out.
awesome.
They
Now,
live
was that
out
the
towards
first Hunger Games? The first Hunger Games.
the first 3 Hunger Games.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
So
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Well, no, Donnie did type it up. We have to have a quarterback that can lead the team, establish a presence that motivates. Kenny does not have that presence.
I think Kenny Pickett does a good job of talking the talk, but I don't think the players are buying the walk. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Well,
he doesn't have.
He didn't do any talking lately because he just was
Right.
invisible.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
downtrodden and beaten, and it was very upset that he wasn't playing against Seattle when he came back from that
Yeah.
injury. And I think he was a little poo-poo in the shoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He has a lot of sad panda, no blue steel, if you know what I mean.
Oh man. Well, next week. Speaking of next week, we're going to be doing our Royal Rumble picks, and I just found out some information, and I think we're gonna do that. I think at 8:00 because I think
Okay.
because I know Donnie's got to roll out and stuff, and I want to get everything in, so we're gonna do it at 8:00 next week. The Mania Mega Cast with me and Shane and Kal-El and Larry and Rich and Donnie and Chris. And I'm gonna speak about Chris here in a moment here, but there was some major news today that I seen before I even went live here. And it was about, let me see here. This guy here, the world heavyweight champion, Seth Rollins. And I don't know if you know this, but he, Monday night, he tore his MCL. He tore his MCL. He had a partial torn meniscus.
I don't know how these guys get back from it. I had surgery Thanksgiving. They did my bicep and my shoulder. And about 2 weeks ago, I did something and the incision got like big and black and blue again. And I lost all motion. Everything that I'd worked for going to physical therapy just went away. I don't know what I did to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing that these guys come back and play at that high level or perform at that high level after a significant injury.
They have the best trainers. They have the best therapy known to mankind.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it during Monday Night Raw against the title defense against Jinder Mahal. And that is not his first. He tore his ACL in 2015. And then he had to relinquish the title. So this is twice now. But I don't know if they take him off TV, give him a little bit of rest, you know what I mean? Because WrestleMania is, April. He's got a couple months. He could do a lot of talking and not do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But he's wrestling in the Rumble match, in a 4-way match. So I don't know. They could do it where somebody beats the living shit out of him and put somebody else in his spot and get him ready for Mania or something like that. I mean, I'll think of something. Wrap him up. I mean, I don't know if you ever saw that match with him and Cody when Cody blew out his pec and he looked like he was black.
I tell you what. If it's a bicep or a pec, I mean, that is just it's brutal. It's just life-changing.
Yeah.
Hey, Bubba.
Yes, sir.
I saw a post, and I had never seen this wrestler before, and I looked up and watched some of his videos. I'm amazed he can perform with the mask on. It's Black Taurus. Have you seen that guy?
Yes. He's signed a deal with AEW.
Athletic.
Yeah, he's very athletic, and he'll probably have the name change. And yes, and coming from me, I love wrestling in a mask. I did a Russian destroyer, like
I do too.
And you can actually, you know what I mean, as long as you can see. Now I didn't have my eyes covered, but it was always cool because you had to, you always had to wear it, and nobody knew who you were. But I always had a thing for masked wrestlers, though. My whole life.
You said you like wrestling. I said I do too. I never wrestled, but I like the masked thing. I like the luchadoras. Yeah,
Sure.
I think that's they used to have Lucha Party, and that was fun to watch. And they were more of like a house a
Right,
house
right.
wrestling.
Yeah, it was like, it was all three of them. Like I got some people in the Facebook stuff, and I got Kal-El with a comment with the Seth Rollins situation. And Kal-El, just bear with me momentarily, and I'll get you up. So Joe's in the house. Good evening, Bubster. Thank you very much. Bradley Lazer's in the house. Ralph Williams, Beaver County's own. I will be on Ralph's show, his sports talk show. We're going to talk, I think, Steelers, and it's going to be January. I'm just trying to get this right here because I got my lovely planner here. Because Ralph does a lot of podcasts, the Eternal Bum podcast. He does so much. He comes on the Black Mill Dynasty show to talk Steelers. Ralph will probably be on the year end wrap up because we're gonna do a mega cast. You didn't jump on when I said that Steelers Realm and myself, the Triple B, probably you'll be jumping on too. We'll be doing a Tuesday after the Super Bowl. We'll be talking Steelers, the end of the season kind of stuff. So it's the 23rd. I'll be on Ralph's show in between 4 and 5. You can hear me on the radio. I'm getting I'm just multitasking here. But let me get to Kal-El's and your sister's on the horn on Facebook. Thank you, Jessica, for tuning in. So
and Mark's on there too. Yeah, Jessica, we were just talking about Mason being in the Hunger Games. So
yeah, that's awesome. Did he meet Jennifer Lawrence? April,
thank you so I don't much. Think so.
Okay, Kal-El with this big, lovely. Well, I don't know. We'll know Monday, kid. You'll know Monday. So everybody, this is Kal-El. He's getting excited because, the Kansas City Buffalo Bills game. And if you guys haven't subscribed, he's got his 4th show out. I think he shoots them on Saturdays, but he does his WWE, and it's Buckle to Buckle with Kal-El. He's getting some traction there, and he's getting better and better by every episode. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please do. And he's coming on next Friday. And Jessica says, no, he didn't. He was in the lumberjack district. She was laughing about it. That's where
that's right.
The lumberjack.
I said he looked like a lumberjack.
Well, that's good. That's probably why you got the gig. So Matt, Big Matt, thanks for tuning in from out east there. He was home for the holidays in Blairsville recently. So I also got, I wanted to put this out here because I do independent wrestling with the wrestling shows that are coming out this weekend in Western Pennsylvania. And this one will be tomorrow, RWA, Uprising. Gangrel from the Brood will be in there. There's a Reverend Ron Hunt. Well, Gangrel is wrestling Chris Taylor. So that'll be huge. Chris Taylor is an icon in the wrestling business around here, and RWA in West Newton actually packs the house. But me, once again, they have so many shows on the same day. This show here, I want to go. I really do want to go to this show that I'm going to put out here right now because tomorrow night in Imagine Wrestling, the world beater Chris Coleman is going for his rematch for the heavyweight title against George Gregory.
I want the strap on him.
Yeah, I want the strap on him too, and I want to go because Larry asked me. And hi, Mom, thanks for tuning in. I want to go and support Chris, but I'm working tomorrow, and I mean, me and the missus are trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done. I know. He says, "Come on, Bubba." We're trying to get our thank you cards done for our wedding because that's been like chaotic. We've been trying to get stuff because my wife has been sick for a couple weeks, and my penmanship, and I can't read so much because I don't have my reader glasses on, but we're trying to get that out, and we're almost done with that, and I want to get that taken care of. But I do want to go up and support Chris, because Gorgeous Gregory turned from heel to face. Now he's, him and Kato are the faces of the company, I believe. I don't know. And Chris just hopefully punches everybody in the mouth. So, and then I have to also fill out my paperwork because I got 2 out of 3 and I got to mail my license out and see how that goes. So, I mean, I don't know. And I just seen Indiana today in the paper. They are making an amphitheater by the S&T Bank Arena. So they're spending about $150,000 to make, I think it might be an outdoor venue. So that'll be something. I mean, I'm just, whatever,
Are they going to get the Clarks? Who's going to come to Indiana to play?
Well, actually in downtown Indiana, I posted on my social media, on my Facebook, they have a whole smorgasbord of entertainment down at that Philadelphia. Remember the old movie theater? Well, Jimmy Cren's coming the 17th. Okay, they do some comedy. They have open mic and they have open comedy night, and they have some bands. They have like a Pink Floyd thing coming in. So, and then Steve Holiday, so Steve Holiday runs that. So, I mean, I want to go see, Jimmy Crenn. I've always been a big Jimmy Crenn fan, always. So, Donnie Fulmer says, punching them out for everybody and Larry. Oh,
I got some more names for the OC here just popped up. You want me to run through them?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, we got the Miami Dolphins have a passing game coordinator named Daryl Bevell.
Okay.
So that's a name that popped up.
Okay, he's fresh. He's young,
a name
right?
that I haven't heard, but
he's young.
He's the Commanders' offensive coordinator. Okay, and he's assistant head coach. And it would be, I think the Steelers would be a better organization to work for. Eric Bieniemy, we talked about him.
Yes,
so,
because he was the old offensive OC for the Kansas City Chiefs, and
we talked about him, but
he didn't have much. That could be the top one right there for me.
Yeah, Pep Hamilton. I never heard of that fellow, but he's in Houston, Texas.
Name. Pep.
Yeah, that's a good name. That's a good wrestler, like a 50s baseball player.
Yeah, Pep or Tate.
Greg Roman, he's been the Baltimore's coordinator.
Yes, I know who he is.
Shane Waldron, who coached Geno Smith. Sean McVay. I guess he has ties to those cats.
Okay.
Smart guy. He's been part of 2 Super Bowl wins.
Oh.
Frank Reich, former Colt and Carolina Panthers head coach. That would be a big win.
That would be huge.
That's not going to happen because Tomlin likes to have guys men
under him.
You know?
Yes. So anybody that's listening,
Anthony Lynn.
There's a lot.
And Liam Cohen, who's coming from Kentucky. He's been Kentucky's offensive coordinator. Scotty Montgomery, T. Martin. T. Martin
was the old Steelers quarterback.
From
Tennessee,
that's right.
Yes.
2000,
Deuce was a coordinator or running back coach for Detroit and Philadelphia, and he played for the Steelers. Yep,
Deuce was a former Steeler running back.
Yep.
Kevin Patullo, he's the passing game coordinator for the Eagles.
Wow, you must have a lot of lists on your list there. You must have Googled that.
I'm going through them all, buddy. I wrote them all down, and I'm just going through them. So Mark Whipple and Zach Robinson. So Shea Tierney, he's the Giants quarterbacks coach.
No.
But Mark Whipple is a former Steelers quarterback coach and former Pitt coordinator. So he's been talked about a lot on the old radio.
Bieniemy, Leftwich, and Frank Reich. Those are, I could see one of those 3, I guess. One of those 3. And your sister said they get good shows down at the Downtown Theater, and they play classic movies too. That is true.
Oh yeah.
And Larry said, thanks a Mark, LOL. And Donnie says, just busting your nuts, Larry. And then Larry says, I know. And then Joe says, the Steelers would have won the whole damn thing with Duck Hodges, LOL. Yeah, Duck's dating some country star. I think they probably should have let Mason finish out that season when Ben got hurt, and then they would have known what they had with Mason before the catastrophic concussion and Myles Garrett smacking him in the head, which was ridiculous. But anyway, back to from the Steelers, we're just be back and forth. Now,
sorry about that.
No. I have it too. No, it's okay. I don't know if you heard, but I had a new interview. I had an interview Tuesday in recording, and her name was Kimmy Sokol. And I'll tell you what, Shane, she does a lot of shit. She has her own podcast called All Things Honor, which does Ring of Honor. She does wrestling conventions all over the United States. She's doing her next show. I believe she's doing it with MJF and Trish Stratus. She's good friends at Ruby Soho. And she told me, she's like, you need to get Britt Baker on your show. And I was like, well, I don't know about Britt coming on, but
maybe she can grease the skids and ask her to say, hey, can you help me out with that?
Yeah. I said, I'm about Britt's hometown of Punxsutawney, like 45 minutes away from me. And then she has a feud with Nyla Rose, but it was really good. It was like there she is right there. She was phenomenal. She is trying to get a job with AEW. She is on a lot of she's on a pop culture show podcast. She's a writer. She got a degree. She's 22 years old. And
what kind of pop culture does this girl watch?
She does a pop culture show. Let me see here. I have a whole bunch of stuff written here when I was doing my stuff. She she did she's a member of the Bob Culture podcast where they do wrestling and I think they do pop culture.
Oh.
She's a talent consumer relations at primetime appearances. She's a writer at the Pop Break, and then she's a talent customer relations at Ultimate Stars Promotion, and she also does stuff with Warriors of Wrestling based out of New York. It's an independent federation. So if you guys haven't listened to this interview, I'm telling you, I always critique myself, but she said it was the best interview she had on her social media. And I expect big things from her. She's doing a whole bunch of stuff, and she does that Ring of Honor podcast on YouTube, and she reviews the Ring of Honor shows. It's like 12 minutes. So if you guys are wrestling fans, please subscribe to her because she does go to the media conferences in AEW and sits there and asks questions. She has asked questions to Tony Khan. She's looking for her press pass for WWE and WrestleMania. So hopefully she gets it. So that'll be cool. But that was my first interview because I have a couple more interviews coming up, Shane. I don't know if you know this or not, but I got February 6th, which will be live, which will be the Pro Wrestling Extreme Boys live because they can it live. People can ask questions. This is the first time ever that I've ever done this doing any type of one-on-one interviews. So Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk, the King Striker will be in the house with his loyal subjects, I believe, that follow him, JJ, Main Event Jay, and Jason Reese. All three of them will be in the house. They will be asked questions. I think they're a little worried, but what I'm going to ask them because they're not going to know, and they're going to give me some talk about some independent scene. I might put them on a hot spot because honestly, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty cool. If people are cool with me, I'll be cool with them, and these guys are cool. But I want to hear their take of independent wrestling going today, and talk about their show, and I'll ask them the old typical questions on on the 5 questions that I usually do. But the fans and people in the commenting section can comment and ask them questions too, which has never been done. So they could be at a firing squad, or they could take questions and poof, 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 poof. So that is one thing. And also, I have a couple other stuff. Look, I'm just trying to be Bach, but I have my buddy Todd DeFazio coming on. Let's see. I got him.
Yeah.
They do the now, did you see my post on Facebook about the best sandwiches in Indiana County? Now I know you live a little further away.
And I looked and I couldn't really, I scratched my head because
it's hard, isn't it?
9th Street. I'm gonna give you a hot take on 9th Street Deli. I love 9th Street Deli. Okay, my wife and me, when we'd come back from, being out of state, we'd always have one.
Right.
Now I want to ask you, it's changed ownership a few times, right?
The first time was Lizanix. They sold it to the guy who actually sold it. Him and his wife bought that little coffee place with the energy drinks over there by across from the Meadows. So
that's
this
2
is the
times.
third. That's the third owner they have now, and I don't know who they are. But when I was going
they're on the 4th owner. They're on the 4th owner, my understanding.
Oh, okay. Well, 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything
diminishes. Well, I understand the price of everything went up, but it's really expensive for. It used to be a bargain, and even like 10 years ago, it seemed like a bargain compared to they ran Jersey Mike's out of business out there by
Jersey Mike's is coming in Indiana over there by the weed place, so you can go get a bag of weed.
Because I'm a big fan of Jersey Mike's.
You a big bag of weed too? You can get a bag of weed?
Yeah, not so much anymore. I used to like those gummies, but
okay.
But I'll tell you, I like Jersey Mike's way with oil and vinegar.
I never had a Jersey
banana
Mike's
peppers.
Sub. I never had a Jersey Mike's. I never had a Jersey Mike's sub. I was going to Imagine Wrestling once.
I'll bring you one next week.
And Larry and no, you don't have to because I'm having food. But Larry and the guys went to Jersey's, and I went with Troy Fritz. And Troy didn't want to go to Jersey Subs, and we had to go to McDonald's. So I didn't get my share. But it's very, very hard. And the reason why I'm saying this on social media for a special sandwich of a hoagie or a burger or something, because my buddy Todd DeFazio,
Yeah.
and his buddies do this thing called Club Sandwich. Look at these guys, bigger sandwiches. They do it every Thursday. They go to different places in Pittsburgh. Now they had the second show, but the first show they had a burger or something that had bacon like this thick on it.
Wow.
So it's on Facebook right now. So everybody, I usually post it on my social media for Todd because Todd's super dude, man. Me and Todd were the Double D, the Triple B Double D heavyweight podcast show wrestling. We were ranked number 3 in the city of Pittsburgh at one time. Like, this is not my first rodeo. I mean, we won the Pittsburgh papers. You know, we got third place. We didn't get second, we didn't get first, but we got third. And Todd did some stuff with Jimmy Crenn and Merrill Hodge. He interviewed Merrill Hodge, but now he's doing this where he's doing these sandwiches, and he wants to come up to Indiana, and that's why I posted it. And everybody was like, "Well, 9th Street Deli."
9th Street Deli. See, 9th Street Deli came up in my feed. Listen to this. I am a member of a Facebook feed that's called Hoagies.
Okay.
And it shows you ones from Tampa, Philly. They had a place in Ford City, Millers. They had, 9th Street Deli. They had a place out here in Slippery Rock called Bob's Original Subs.
Okay.
And it's the first place for the one that's actually in Indiana now.
We're talking Hoagies. This is awesome. But I just need something for Todd. You know what I mean? To come up, because he's like, Bubba, I'll have you guest on the show.
Yeah, that would be awesome, buddy.
Yeah, because I mean, I love
can't
Wapahos.
Think of any.
I love Wapahos.
Wapahos, the only thing I can think of for him to come, because he could, he's like, listen, it's a piece of pizza for 33 cents.
Well,
and then look at this Wapaho. Well, and it's $11. This is the Bubba special.
The Bubba special, yeah. The double Wapaho sandwich. Wapaho. Yeah. And your sister said she loves Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, I love Jersey Mike's. Now, I want to ask, my sister will throw parties. Listen to this. Jessica, I'm throwing out my sister is the queen of throwing shindigs.
Ooh,
she is Ula the shindig bitch, okay?
Oh,
so
Ula the shindig bitch. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, she's the shindig bitch.
Okay.
My niece is a little prissy thing with a bobbed haircut. And you know what her favorite thing to eat is?
Don't tell
McDonald's cheeseburger.
Oh, see, Dairy Queen around here. Dairy Queen burgers, fast food for me is a little better, but I don't need fast food because I'm big and I'm not trying to get that big.
But she had a party, Bubba, a birthday party. She must have had 100 cheeseburgers from McDonald's for that birthday party.
Holy shit.
And then she had another party where she buys the stuff from Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
Like the meat and stuff. And then gets their bread the day, like at the end of the day, they throw it out. She just buys it. So she has it. She makes these sandwiches for everyone. It tastes just like Jersey Mike's or wherever, or Jimmy John's or wherever she gets it. And she has these parties, and they're just really like, I don't know. She's really creative with that.
Wow. Well, maybe
if you ever have to do a party,
maybe that's her trick there. Well, see, I like buy low subs. See, when I have a Steeler party,
yeah, I do too.
I do buy low subs. I get 2 of them and cut them up. But the other day, the Italians sub was like almost $13. So the regular sub, what used to be like $8, now it's up to 10. So I mean, I just cut them up. Tam cuts them up, and then I got a box of Bob's Pizza for the Monday nights or the playoff game. So I got 28 slices. But I mean, I'm looking for a hoagie or sandwich. I had
28 slices feed. 28 slices. How many does that feed?
Well, I mean, you're looking at me, and I mean, Gifford was there.
No, seriously, without taking me in the equation, because you're definitely a 4-slice Bob's guy with your Wapaho.
I'm a 5, but see, I brought a slab of pizza one time when AEW went to Cable's house and Mav and Chris, and the 4 of us didn't even put a dent in that Bob's Pizza. So I left it there. I left it for
It's
Cable,
a heavy pizza.
So it is heavy. So yeah.
Now, is it just a Bob's thing, or do you prefer a heavy pie?
I like a heavy pie. I don't like thin crust.
I like thin crust. There's a place in Freeport, Bubba. It's actually Sarver. It's Sarver, which is closer than Freeport to you, you know.
Yes.
And the guy's name's Tony, and he's straight Italian.
Well, right there it's sold, you know what I mean?
And he has, listen to this.
I'm listening.
He has a s'mores pizza.
Chocolate. All chocolate.
Yeah, it's crazy. But he has taco pizza. He has, margarita pizza. He has all kinds of good
Uh,
pizzas,
I just like a good, like everything on it with no onions and mild pepper rings, and then I like a
Oh,
meat
I love
lovers
mild
pizza.
pepper rings on a pizza. That
You
makes a
know,
pizza.
I like thick crust. I can't do thin. I just
Yeah,
can't. But I got some comments. Matt says Jersey Mike's is awesome down the road for me. Everything is fresh.
yeah.
Ooh, Justin Idol's in the house. Justin Idol, hats off to you, sir. Big time wrestler, man. Justin Idol. We used to do Fight Underground, and me and him would bicker. Oh, and it was gold, man. He's a comical genius. He needs to do a podcast because he was very, very fucking funny.
Hmm.
Jessica says Brand Brothers is coming by UPS in Indiana. Donnie said we're making them hungry. My wife is on, and if she ever wanted to pop on, I would give her a link, but she'd probably get tired of hearing me. And then
So Primanti Brothers used to do a thing where you could get a pizza tray for like
Norm
$7 of nothing
Nomad's
but
Pizza,
fries.
Nomad's Pizza and Climber, Brian. I never had it. I never had
Oh, that
Nomad's
sounds
Pizza and
good.
Climber. Yeah, yeah, you're making me. You know what I ate though? I ate a Mexican wrap at Sheets.
Hmm.
But yeah, and the girls, like I said, ate fries, and because I just got out of Planet Fitness because I went to Uptown Fitness, and then boom, I went to Uptown Fitness and then Planet Fitness, and then came home, and
Hey,
then
Bubba, you
right
have
into a
any
podcast.
like horror stories from Planet Fitness yet? I have a couple. I'll share.
I don't have any because you know what? I use the you know what? I don't lift heavy there. It's a judgmental zone. I'm not judging anybody, and hopefully people ain't judging me, but they probably are. The cardio is okay. Um, there's not a lot of heavy weights there. Okay, I don't
No,
need the lug bar or whatever. The buzzer. But I do. The reason why I upgraded was because of the hydro bed for my back. So
yeah,
that
that's really
actually
nice.
helps out. But I go heavier at Uptown. I'm 300 and oh my god, I think I'm 360 or 370 pounds. I don't know. I don't look it, but I know I am, and that's not
Hmm.
good being 52 at 370 pounds. You know what I mean? I'm not running a marathon and stuff like that, but I do cardio. I do. I'm missing the eating regiment part of the
Yeah, you
life.
can't outwork the fork.
Yeah, no, you gotta. It's just a hard place. It's just hard to. And I've always had that problem, and people always have problems. I fluctuate,
Yeah.
but I never had any horror. Well, I had a horror story here, and I'll let you talk yours. I'll tell you my horror story.
Hmm.
Was in Greensburg Planet Fitness. Okay, I was lifting there. Tammy was on the treadmill. Okay, and they had a trainer. He was lurking around. Well, he was lurking around Tammy a little too much, and I caught him out of the eye because he's not training anybody. So he's looking at my other half on a treadmill. Well, Tammy's not, you know what I mean? Like Tammy's not going to say nothing, but I did. And I went to the counter and I asked him, I told the manager, and he knew what I was talking about. He knew the trainer and he knew everything. So when I said that, then I went to the incline. I grabbed, I think, 60 pounds and I was doing flies. Well, I'm a big dude. And when I leaned back, I guess I made a noise with the incline machine. So I got yelled at. And then I went up to the thing. I said, look, buddy, I said, I'm over 300 pounds. So when I get in an incline, it's going to make a noise no matter if I have weight or not. I'm over 300. I'm the biggest guy in here,
Yeah.
weight wise, I'm sure. And then I went into the stigma of this trainer. I went to the manager the next day
No,
and
you
I
were
went, I
branded
was
a
hot.
pain in
And
the
then,
ass.
well, I was hot and I was like, hey, look, I got this trainer making goo eyes to my girlfriend at the time. And it's just a little bit perverted there, brother. You know what I mean? Lurking around, he got a white van, he got ice cream. And I was like, hey,
Yeah.
I said, he wasn't going to do anything. I was like, you know what, buddy, right now, just cancel our fucking membership right now. So I canceled it and I went down to Latrobe, which Latrobe was actually a nice Planet Fitness. And the female manager, knew what I was talking about when I told her my story. And she described the guys to a T. So, that was my horror story at
Yeah,
Planet Fitness.
there's always a creeper. There's a guy that goes in there and he's older and he does like the strangest movements to like warm up. And God bless him, he's in there getting after it. Hey Joey, hey Bubba,
Yes,
Joey's in the
sir.
hospital. Let's send
Oh,
some
my
thoughts
God.
and prayers to him. He's in the hospital. He has pneumonia.
Oh, my
He's on
God.
the
Get
mend.
better,
He
Joe.
says in
He's
the
in the hospital
comments, he
right
says,
now.
yeah, he's in the hospital right now. So
Oh,
I've
my
had
God.
someone else helping me this week.
Uh-huh.
But, he's in that hospital bed, sending out links and all kinds of stuff. He's a
April says,
hustler.
hey, Joe. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Joey, if you're on this show just tuning in and you're in the hospital trying to take it easy, brother, God bless you. Like you know, and I know Shane has a lot of respect for you, Joey.
Yeah, I do.
He speaks very, very highly of you. So he's got this. Oh, thank you. Well, I just sometimes it's just me, Joey. I'm the one man band, I guess. But then Shane has been doing
Yeah.
so much, you know, and I appreciate you giving Shane the opportunity to get him on, because I remember many years ago Shane was supposed to come on and talk about his experience, because that's what the podcast was about. And now Shane's like doing, you know, coming on here and this, and then doing your show, and then you guys are doing shows. And
Yeah, but I'll always come on because this is what this is just so much fun, you know. Like, where do I get to tell my story about running into a like I stopped going to the gym right before Thanksgiving, okay?
okay,
And the
okay.
week before I had my surgery, I'm just like walking around looking like what can I do when I can't
Thank
do
you.
anything?
Thank you so much, Joey. Thank you, and get better, brother. God bless
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Thank you so
yeah.
much. And I
Thank you,
will
Joey.
support
Appreciate
I'll
it.
support you. I did subscribe, and I just got to share it out to the media, and hopefully
Yep.
everything in the media stuff clicks in and stuff and rolls for everybody. Everybody, I don't need a whole pie, Joey. I just need one little slice. That's
One
all I
little
need.
slice,
One little
a little bit
slice.
of sugar, a little bit of
Yeah,
sprinkles.
well, have heavy pizza, not thin crust.
Yeah.
So you now, do you go back to Planet Fitness?
Okay, so this is the week before my surgery, right around Thanksgiving,
Okay,
and I'm in there an odd time.
gotcha.
I usually go around 2 to 3 because that's the sweet spot before the high school college kids come in, and
Gotcha.
then the old people are gone. Well, I happen to go in when the older people
The
are
old
there.
people are
Now,
gone.
I'm no spring chicken, so I
Oh, yeah,
qualify
I'm
as
not
an
either.
older person.
Oh, God
But
bless
so
you.
I'm camouflaged with the older people, and
Uh-huh.
I see, we see younger people on there just sitting there, and I'm not going to give someone a hard time if they're sitting there, if they're
Uh,
working out, if they're on their
right.
phone.
I understand. I'm the same way.
But if you're there blinking and breathing, and people are waiting,
Mhm.
oh, come on,
There's no gym etiquette
there's no
anymore.
excuse. And so I don't say anything. Now all of a sudden I see someone like this, and this old girl was sleeping
Oh my
on
God.
on the leg press.
Oh my
You put
God.
your legs up.
Was she okay?
She's sleeping. I thought she was dead. I went to the
Oh,
counter. I
man.
said, "Hey, can you check on old girl?" And just then I see her kind of move. I'm like, she's alive, but I think you need
Uh-huh.
to get her off that machine. She's taking a nappy time.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
I've seen some strange things in Planet Fitness, so it's
What?
entertaining. It's clean.
Right. It is
Yeah,
clean.
it's
It is
cheap as
clean.
hell.
Yeah, I mean, I
So,
had it was $10, and then I upgraded because of the massage chair and the bed
oh,
for me
another
because of my
$10. You
back.
get massage, you get the tan,
Yeah,
all that good
yeah.
stuff.
Well, I don't know about tanning, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, back in the day when I wrestled, I used to do the tanner and the self tanner, and I used to look like I just come back from Jamaica, man. Like
You look like
I was dark, man.
the orange
But
eye towel.
well, the thing about wrestling, professional wrestling, when you tan, you
Oh
look
yeah,
you look massive, and you
yeah,
look a little bit
yeah.
defined. Not saying that I was,
Right, 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 right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything, which I am not. I would love to be Arnold, in my dreams, of course, be a good action star. But yeah, I don't have any issues with Planet Fitness. I did have some issues with another gym in town with the young kids. I don't like the young kids posing. I don't mind
Yeah.
people posing, but there's no gym etiquette. If you're going to pose, you need to pose for competition. Because if you're
Mm.
posing all the time, try to get your
Yeah,
girlfriend all hot and bothered. I don't know, but
yeah.
don't
Now
don't do it
Butler has
in
like
my time.
they have like two girls that go in there just want to look in the mirror like they look like a
Uh,
peacock looking in that. Not a
caw,
peacock, those
caw,
parakeets that get those mirrors and they
yeah,
just do this.
caw,
I'm like, come on,
caw.
honey, you're not that. I mean,
Yeah, you're
you're
not all
you're
that.
you're a punksy 7. You know what I mean? So don't give me
Well,
any of that
what the
shit.
hell's what's a Punksy 9 then?
Oh, that'd be a Kentucky set.
Oh my God.
That'd be a Kentucky 8. A
Oh
Punksy
my
9's a
God.
Kentucky 8.
So what's an
So
Indiana 8? What's an Indiana
yeah,
8? Kentucky
Indiana,
10.
yeah. So, but
What's
no,
a
there's
married?
two girls, and then there's two girls, Bubba, that
Yeah.
go in there and outwork the men. I mean,
Oh,
they're putting it
okay.
in. These girls are rugged,
Right.
doing pull-ups, dips, just everything. I mean, they're just getting after it for
Right.
45 minutes, not
Oh, that's
resting.
yeah. Well, Matt says, because Matt works out. Matt Sabella works out like
Yeah.
gangbusters. So he said there are many people that take 100 selfies and not even work out. Half the girls barely have anything on, and many juice heads. And he's absolutely right. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't go to a meathead gym anymore, even being 52 years old. I couldn't deal with it. Now, here's Mr. Tap Out, because Donnie Fulmer does not fuck around in the gym. Now, this is Donnie's language right now. Imaginary lat syndrome. I
Oh my
outwork
gosh!
their
Don't get me
asses
started
in
with
20
that,
minutes.
Donnie. Let me give you a rant about that. Ooh, I'm getting wired. So every cat that goes in the gym, okay. So for 3 years I've been in there like 5-6 days a week. And I see Greg McCauley. He's thick and rugged. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Lori Axball's husband. Okay.
Yeah. He's
what a
I'll
nice
tell you
guy.
what, man. God bless him, because he's doing bodybuilding competitions and he's working his ass
and I
off.
saw him. He messaged me. He's like, "Why don't you ever say hi to me in the gym?" I said, "Buddy, I'm getting after it. You're getting after it. I'm not trying to talk." So I finally did talk to him, and we, because I was getting ready to get my surgery. But you see kids in there, and Bubba, you know what I'm talking about. Every kid that has been to the gym like twice, the third visit, what do? They cut the sleeves out of their t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And then what's bad is they're either scrawny or they got side boob. You think you're looking at Jennifer Lawrence from the side, and they turn and have a beard, right? Side boob. I don't want to see side boob.
Oh my God!
Don't cut that stuff so down. You're not so swole you can't get into a medium.
Yeah, there's so many gyms around here in Indiana. It's just ungodly. Like, I always had a premonition. I wish I had the money to open up a gym, a movie theater, and a bar, all in the same thing, all in the same venue. You know what I mean?
Well,
like in the same complex. That'd have been cool.
What was the joint above? I used to go to in like 91, 92 that was above.
You mean
Tony?
JT's. JT's. I've been to JT's, but you know what though? This is the old. This is old school here. They used to have that gym underneath the street, because I used to go to Yosarex too. So it was Pat
used to go there, I think.
Yeah. Oh wow, Joe. Hello to all. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, JT's.
Hey, Yvette. Hey, make sure you go home and sleep. Don't be hanging out at Joey's at the hospital too much.
Well,
that's Joey's wife.
Oh, okay. Well, just prayers for the whole family, because I mean, you know what though, and it just, because I know some people that I know that had some stuff happen to them, and I don't wish anything on anybody, man. So you gotta think positive about a lot of stuff. So that's where this podcast actually can get the masses out to actually express positivity in a positive nature. And I'm not negative. I just tell people how it is, and they don't like that. But there is some people that, mental health is very, very bad. And I deal with that stuff every day. So, I mean, I know in my work, not me personally. Oh my God.
It's snowing.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to get more of it.
I would not let 8 inches. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get bad around here. And I'm working tomorrow. That's why I want to go. I want to support the world beater, Chris Coleman, tomorrow. Because I can't stand that fucking gorgeous Gregory. And I hope he's deserving. Oh, no one likes it when I tell it how it is. That's right. Ronnie Arbogast. Ronnie. Oh my God. Nobody likes when Arbogast is talking, because then when Arbogast talks, people listen. It's like H&R Hutton. Remember that commercial?
Yeah.
I used to work with. Oh my God, it was fucking Arbogast is funny, man. People just park the Red Sea when he's coming.
Bubba,
yes, sir.
I know we're all over the place, but back to subs.
We are.
Okay, back to subs.
You are.
I've determined, and everybody has to let us know if we're missing out. You have to travel out of Indiana to get an original sub, like something that has like a decent amount of lunch meat.
Yeah.
That's not like a chain place other than Bilo. Bilo's doesn't count because
Bilo don't count because that's a grocery store.
Yeah.
But Santos, I have the Italian hoagie with the toasted bun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
They are good, and that's why I think right now,
that's where he has to go.
If I had to do, but I don't know if he's gonna. It's not, because in their show, the Club Sandwich Club there, which I have it here, because these guys, let me get to the picture. Yeah, Club Sandwich. I mean,
I watched the episode.
These guys are not, for the ill-filled, faint of heart. They want to eat. They want to have something in their hands.
Man, I could send them to a joint in Morgantown, West Virginia. My friend opened in 1995. I worked for him. I actually painted a mural on the wall. It's called jerseys. And what they
Well,
do
maybe they'll
is
take a road trip.
they took they take bread from a bakery,
Okay.
and then they take a chunk of meat like a ribeye, they put it on the slicing machine, they slice that bloody piece of meat up, they take that meat, they put it on a flat top, they put in the onions and the peppers and the cheese, and it looks like a paste. They spread that on that hard roll, and it is to die for. And for a short period of time, they were selling it at the stadium. And then, of course, they redesigned the stadium.
We must have been speaking about food because Bob Rufner from Barbecue Bob is into Facebook now. So, Bob, let me ask you, since you're on the Facebook site, what could you make to die burger or sandwich that you could get on this show and show these three guys like a big, huge burger, meaty, that looks like it's a gimmick type of stuff, but actually good too. Now, Fabian told me about Size has like a sandwich, but you know, I that's what I'm looking for. I remember the burger from hell. Remember the burger from hell from Raindrop?
Greg's gonna be pissed. Okay.
Well, Greg listens.
I love Greg's food. Okay.
The peanut butter and jelly wings are to die for at Size, and they have the best nacho grande. Yes.
And the nachos grandes are great, and the burgers are great.
Yes.
What I don't like is, and I haven't eaten this in about 3 years. Okay.
Well, we're just turning this into a food show. Yeah.
But they make a roll for they make their own roll, I think, and it's just there's something missing with that roll. Okay. But I'll tell you what they do. Their wings are fantastic. Peanut butter and jelly wings. You wouldn't think that would be good, but it's fantastic.
When I tell people, they're like, Bubba, are you crazy? Peanut butter and jelly. I'm like, I'm telling you, peanut butter and jelly wings. And then I get side of ranch. Like, I mean, look at me. I can eat if I want to. But Joey had a comment here. Oh, he was food. Oh, wow. Damn. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be. Food poisoning
my kid ate Subway like 5 years ago. Got sick. We don't eat at the freaking Subway.
I don't think Subway is as good as it used to be. You know what I mean? Back in the day.
Okay, I'm gonna go through.
Go ahead. I'm hoping Bob. I'm hoping Bob gives us this thing because I know.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Bob.
I know Bob can make something because he is actually doing now. He's actually catering. In Indiana County, he's catering because at one time we wanted him to do our wedding, and he was like, "Bubba, I can't do that many." He goes, "I would love to," and we wanted him bad, but now he can do it. So now, if anybody needs any type of wedding or any type of special events, Barbecue Bob in Indiana County, he's got everything now. Boom, he could set it up, and he is banging.
Hey, Bob, I'll tell you, Bob, this is what I want on my Italian sub. Okay, I'm gonna read through what I want on my sub.
Okay.
So it has to be like either an Italian or a French roll or sub, the hard roll. The roll is important, okay? Plum tomatoes cut, okay? Right?
Okay.
And then I have to have either pepperoncinos or banana peppers on mine.
I got
banana peppers, okay?
I like them. Well, it's your hoagie. I mean,
1 tablespoon, like mayonnaise on one side. You might not be a mayo guy.
Mayonnaise, or Hellman's, or Miracle Whip, or just regular mayonnaise.
Regular mayonnaise, just a little, just not a lot, okay. And then prosciutto and salami. It can be that hot. They call it soppressato, I think it is. So then,
good night, Joey. Good night, Joey.
Good night, Joey. Good night.
Take it
easy. Care, buddy.
Thank you so much for coming on. Get well.
Provolone cheese, olive oil, a red wine vinegar.
Holy shit, Shane.
Oregano, salt, pepper, and that's a sub for me, baby. That's it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, now I got Brian Reddick said his dad eats the peanut butter and jelly wings. And Donnie, Mr. Tapout said Sheets used to be awesome back in the day, and he's absolutely right. Sheets has gone downhill because now they
used to have those Yost. Remember Yost Bakery in Rural Valley? They had those raisin cookies.
No, I never ate them. No,
they were good.
I never. But Barbecue Bob wrote this. He said, "I will sometimes make a beef pork smoked burger topped with some smoked hot pepper cheese, topped with pulled pork and some Bob barbecue sauce, coleslaw, and jalapenos. That's the fucking sandwich that I'm talking about. That's the sandwich that could bring Todd and his boys up.
Put
Bobby,
barbecue on the map.
I got to get you to make these sandwiches for my buddy who does a sandwich hoagie show. And this sandwich that this burger that you just had sounds so good. This could be something.
You should test it out next week on your show. Have them show a picture of it.
Give me a picture of it. Give me
Yeah.
Bob, what you do is make a video, and I need to put the video on the show.
No, Bubba has to taste it. Send it to Bubba's house next Friday.
I want to taste it too. I want to taste it
next Friday. Bubba, make sure he gets hooked up.
Yeah. Put a side of and with a side of smoked mac and cheese with it.
Mm-hmm. I love a good pickle with a pulled pork sandwich.
Now, how about, would you put any bacon on that, Bob? Ooh, he said we can do that. We need to set this up. Me and you go and have Bob, and we videotape it, and we try. We try. I think it's going to be good anyway. Anything he fucking makes is good. Because okay, he said maybe not next week, but we can do it. Yes, we need to set this up. Get somebody videotaping me and you, Shane, and Bob, the three of us, and he makes us. I'll pay whatever. I'll pay our stuff, and we eat this sandwich, and then I have something for Todd to shoot for, and have his boys come up, because I think Bobby's got the home, like he can travel. He's got a travel and barbecue thing. That's what he does now.
Well, it could be from the Triple B Bar and Grill.
Out front of my house.
Yeah. In the basement.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. This show tonight's just all about food.
It went to shit. It went left field and then took a left.
It didn't go to shit. No, these shows never go to shit, because we always turn around and come back and do something good. But
but when the Steelers are out of the playoffs, what else are Pittsburgh people going to talk about but food, right?
They're going to talk about eating. He said, hell yeah. He said, yeah, anybody in Indiana County, check out Barbecue Bob. I'm telling you, he's a Marion Center alumni. Bobby Roofner, good dude, good food. He has his videos. Everybody, his videos, when he does Facebook Live, he gets hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people watching it. And he cooks. He cooks out. He used to cook on his porch, and he would have people come to his house. And
so, hey, Bubba,
we could do some barbecue beans too. Holy shit! This is what I'm talking about for DeFazio's show right now. I just come up with an idea. Yep. That's how I am. I'm very creative. Oh man,
that's it. You're looking for a sandwich. You found one.
I just found one, and Bobby is getting his name out there. And the sandwich that he just described, the burger he just described. Nothing against the Wapahos. I love the Wapahos. Not against 9th Street. Not against Sansos. But the burger that he just described on the Facebook is something that fucking Indiana County doesn't fucking have. And I live in Indiana County, and there's no hoagies, burgers, or anything like that is good and gimmickry. You know what I mean? For people to come like, oh man, I need to. Wow. And I know he made it himself. So.
Hey, Bubba.
No, he just called it the Bubba. No, it ain't it's the barbecue Bob burger.
Yeah.
The Bubba burger. I'm telling you, this is what I do. I think of ideas. I mean, I'm just trying. This is why I use this platform to try to network and I want to help people out. And people just don't see it. And if people haven't subscribed and they think, oh, Bubba, you're just talking out your yin yang. This is the format where it's not costing me thousands and thousands of dollars to actually spread my message and try to talk to people, because it costs a lot of money to do to do stuff, but yeah, this is, I know my wife will be into this too, because Tam's all about, this is, and he always wanted to do this, and he's living his dream of doing his own business. You know what I mean?
We watched it on Facebook as it's matured.
Oh yeah. If you ain't from Marion Center, you don't know Bob Roofner, then you either got hit in the head or you got on a spaceship and went back to Planet of the Apes.
He's the originator. He's one of the OG in food porn.
Yeah. Yeah. Food porn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's the
Well,
Jeremy. Yeah,
he's making a corner of my
Ron
mouth.
Jeremy of
Like,
food porn.
I don't know,
Bob Roofner.
not Ron Jeremy. He went to jail. We got to think of somebody good. Well, anyway,
Hey,
now you showed me this, and I wanted to talk about this
I,
because
I
I think
I'm
this is
reading your mind. I know what you're going to
okay.
show me.
Oh, okay. Okay. He said, I don't know about the OG. Yeah, you are the OG. This is what you showed me this week, and I like it, and I've always
I
liked
was.
this. Is
Yep.
this right here?
Yep.
This right? Oh, you already knew I was going to show you this?
I knew that's what I was going to
Oh,
say. We got a
okay.
segment into this
So,
pop culture stuff.
so,
The 25th.
so I'm happy that they had that. I'm happy they're going to reboot
Yeah.
that. Okay. They got a great, I mean, Henry Cavill is great. He was great as Superman. He's great at anything he does.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think they just need somebody to play the Sean Connery role, which I don't know who they're going to get. And they don't have to go the exact same way, but also too, the original Highlander is one of the greatest sci-fi, of all time in my eyes.
The music.
It's in the top
Come
10.
on.
Well, there's no
Yeah.
soundtrack like it. The soundtrack, you probably have to reuse the same soundtrack.
Yeah.
But you'd have to change the story up a little bit. And then, Kurgan, who are you going to have to play that? Because, Clancy Brown was a badass. But I liked what you were sending me this week. I liked it. It'll probably take a little bit because now the strike is over. And, Donnie Fulmer said potentially Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is the role of,
Yeah, but the
what do you think
problem
about that?
is the size difference. Cable's so big, and Mel Gibson's average like us, so it's going to be, I don't know, he could carry it off. I think Mel Gibson could pull it off.
Sean Connery played like he was like Antonio
Spaniard.
Banderas. Antonio Banderas can probably play it off, maybe.
I don't
because
know. I think I'd
he's
rather
not.
see Mel Gibson.
Well, see that'll be the part that we don't know, and as pulp culture junkies as we are, But I do
We'll
like
bitch
this
about whoever they
reboot.
pick.
I don't want to bitch about. I don't Ramirez. Yes, I don't want to bitch about because nothing. You know what I mean? It's never going to be like how we had it. And
That's true.
they reboot it, but as long as they come up with a different story and it's not the same, but they use the same soundtrack. I can't see him opening up Highlander and going into Madison Square Garden and have the Freebirds wrestling because that's how it started.
I would like to see Tom. I know you don't like Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise could be like one of the guys.
What do you mean? Which character could Tom Cruise play?
Well, I don't think he could pull Sean Connery's, but it's going to be a reboot. It's going to be new.
And fucking Tom Cruise is only like 4 feet tall.
So I mean, hey, Mel Gibson's only, Henry Cable's size makes it difficult to cast against him.
Well, see that Jack Reacher, that Alan Richardson. He's good. I mean, he's 6'5", dude. He's good, dude.
I would pick him.
You pick him to play what? Ramirez?
No, the big guy with the big cleaver.
You mean Kurgan? Clancy Brown. Yeah, but Clancy Brown is so articulate in his voice. Like Donnie said, the soundtrack is currently in his CD player right now and digital.
Who said that?
Donnie. He said it's in his digital and CD player right now.
Yeah, that's not something
I didn't like the second one and the third one. I mean, Christopher Lambert when he was the Highlander, he was so meeky. It was unreal. Like Henry Cavill is an upgrade from Christopher Lambert. I mean,
that was
upgrade.
For the ladies. They picked him because he's a little bit more.
Who? Henry Cavill?
No.
You mean back when?
The TV series.
Well, Christopher Lambert. Well, they had another guy in a TV show. I never watched much TV show because nothing's ever like it is in the movies.
I like the TV show. It was entertaining. It was good.
Well, I the one time when they had Mario Van Peebles as an arch nemesis, and it was just bad because it was like science fiction, and it just took away from the first Highlander.
We're from Marion Center. We didn't have cable. We watched whatever we could get our eyes on.
I didn't have cable. Well, I mean,
once we got cable, it was like.
Well, I didn't think anything about watching stuff like that would be like now we'd be talking about it. Like who? Yeah. I mean, who would have thought 35 years ago, at Wonderland Kager Party that me and you'd be talking about pulp culture in a podcast? Nobody. Yeah. Nobody's seen that coming at all. Nobody. So I think this will be good. I don't know when it's coming out or whatever.
December. It said December 25. I don't know if they mean Christmas or the 2025.
Oh, I think
so.
A A lot of movies are going to come out in December 25. Like I know Super Bowl is in a couple weeks, and Deadpool is going to have his trailer at Super Bowl. That's the only reason why I probably want to watch it because I'm all checked
Yeah.
out. I mean, I know we do the NFL picks
Two.
on Wednesday, but I mean, we do it I just do it for shits and giggles and do whatever and try to be entertaining. I don't do the X's and O's, and I don't do like these guys here, the Elite
They get
Banner
into
with
it,
Rich
man.
Smoke and Freight Train. They get every Thursday night at 8:00. They cross the X's and O's. Me, I'm just all about nuts and bolts. I'm about the fun and the party ways of watching football.
Yeah.
But before I get out of here,
well, wait, Bubba, you're not getting out of here that easy. We still have a couple more things.
I wanted to talk. Well, I don't know what you want to talk about because you can talk about anything you want to, but I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to get your take because I did finish this up, and you're probably gonna know what I'm talking about now. That's why I said that's why. Yes. Well, my God, can you play the lottery? Yes.
No, we're just on the same wavelength.
Well, now let me ask you a question. What did you think of Echo?
Okay, people are giving it shit, saying it's woke because she's handicapped, double handicapped, or whatever they're saying. I think she did fantastic. I think she did fantastic.
How can people say it's woke?
People are saying shit. Well, now there's 4 minutes where I would agree with them.
Okay.
There's only 4 minutes of the entire series that I thought was a little bit really, the fight scene, where her and her girl power friends kind of like channel their inner.
Well,
I'm not going to ruin it, but
no. Well, if you haven't seen it, plug your ears.
Yeah.
But I had to like her powers in the TV show are different than in the comic book. But it has a little bit of similarities from the comic book to Echo because William Fisk is still her surrogate uncle in the comic book.
I like that.
And in the TV show. And it had
Vincent
Ontario.
It was a complex relationship. It was very well cast. And
she's really deaf.
She's really deaf, yeah.
She's really deaf and she's really disabled.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
I didn't know
see
that.
Her do those kicks?
Yes.
She did those kicks with one leg.
Yes.
She did fantastic.
I don't know.
No one can say you cannot give her shit, And I'm the first one to bitch about woke nonsense. But I think that this was really good. It was well written. I just had a gripe about like 4 or 5 minutes of a scene.
Well, what scene made you angry?
That was the one where they're, she channels her inner, all the girl power one where she, not at the very end, but
it was at the end when they were fighting the Kingpin's men. And then she got, but see, you that was all the people, every episode.
I know.
Now, I don't know if you read about it. Every episode of Echo, the title was part of the Choctaw Indian tribe. Every single one of those are the forerunners of her power. But in the comic book, she can emulate anybody's fighting skill just by watching. So and that's how she was in the comic book.
That would have been better portrayed in the actual series, I think, rather than her just having girl power.
Well, I think that she actually has some kind. They're making her, I think, a mutant because that's mutant abilities. Because I believe in some of the comic books, I believe Echo in the Avengers, she had the power of the Phoenix.
See, I think it's more of a magical power she possesses, and also like a cerebral, like I can see what you're going to do. I'm going to do it. Kind of like what's the guy who?
Daredevil's there.
The guy who fought
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Yes.
Taskmaster.
Well, the Taskmaster of the comic books is way different than the movie because the movie it was a female. Once again, your wokenism right there. But it was, he could in the comic book he could portray anybody. But I mean, also too, it was a little bit more, on Disney Plus, it was a little bit more mature. Which was great. I mean, when she's snapping necks and you hear it crack,
she did good. She did good.
You're not hearing that about a month ago on Disney Plus. You're not seeing that or hearing that. So that's going to lead in because it's 5 months after Hawkeye. That's how the premise of the show was. 5 months after
Hawkeye's
Hawkeye. I did like
Hawkeye.
There.
I liked everything about it. I liked Hawkeye more than you did, but
I like Jeremy Renner. I like Hawkeye. I just like it could have been a little better. And that's all. And I'm glad that they incorporated. See, I thought they
Yeah.
were going to incorporate in the winter scene. I thought they were going to incorporate Spider-Man because in the Spider-Man movie he was swinging over during Christmas time, and I thought they were going to incorporate that in. But I'm just trying to bet and see because I'm a big Marvel guy.
I have one more thing for you, Bubba.
Okay.
Before we get off of here, 5 weeks. It's coming out the 25th. The Walking Dead. The One Who Lives.
Yes, saw the trailer.
Yeah.
They said it's pretty good.
I kind of stopped and started again with The Walking Dead.
Did you watch Daryl Dixon?
I watched 80% of it.
You need to watch another 20 because it's pretty good. It's very, very good. Now the Negan and Maggie one, it could have been better.
I didn't watch Negan and Maggie.
Well, Maggie was a bitch. Maggie was seriously a bitch, and Negan turned full face.
I don't like her as an actress. I think her accent is just crap. If British people can pull off all the complexities of the American accents, being Southern, New York, whatever,
well, that's
if they can pull that off.
That's because the British actors are very well renowned, better than the American actors.
Right.
And you just never know.
Her Southern accent is just such garbage. It's just when she talks,
I'm not a big fan of hers anymore. I was, now, but
terrible.
Then she went straight heel in that show.
And then her accent changes so many times during the seasons. Is just like, wait a second.
So you're going to get back into The Walking Dead. That was your last thing about The Walking Dead. You're going to get back into that?
I'm going to watch that. I think I'm going to get that. And then there's some stuff on Apple that I'd like to watch that I haven't.
I still have to finish. I have to finish one more episode of Monarch with Godzilla, which I thought it was pretty cool because
I want to watch on Apple.
I do love Kurt Russell. Who doesn't like Kurt Russell? Guy Haber's in the house, and Mr. K. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, if people do not like Kurt Russell as an actor, they have some kind of something wrong with him. And his kid is good too. So his kid's playing.
The What If?
I am completely done with What If. I'm done with it. Like finished it, not like done with it forever.
Okay.
But they made Captain Carter a major pivotal role in that series, and she probably will be a major role in probably this Deadpool and this multiverse or something. It's I don't know what's going on because see, Ryan Reynolds told that girl who played She-Hulk he didn't want the 10 minutes that she got filmed. He wanted it all out of the movie because he didn't want that woke She-Hulk shit. I did like She-Hulk, but She-Hulk is not a major player in the Deadpool movie. Sorry. It's just not.
Ryan Reynolds, thank goodness he said that.
Well, Ryan Reynolds wants stuff in Deadpool because he got Hugh Jackman. He wants everything down pat. That's why, now with this Echo, with the mature audiences, now you're not getting the Daredevil 18 episodes. You're getting the Netflix stuff. You're going to get 13 episodes because it's going to be a lot more mature. And then you're going to have John Berthenol as the Punisher come in. And then you're going to have the people that was like Colleen Wing and stuff from Iron Fist. They signed that actress. And they did Karen Page and Froggy Nelson. Those actors are going to be playing. So everybody that mostly played all those characters are in the Netflix will be back because they're making the Kingpin like Thanos on a street level. So I don't know.
He's so good.
Well, he's the best villain they have.
He's fantastic.
He's the best villain in
He's better than Thanos, I think. I want to watch more of him.
I think he's better than Thanos. I just think they gave him a fat suit. Josh Brolin, was very good at his voice and stuff, but Vincent Ontario, I keep effing up his name. Vincent D'Ontario. Yeah, I mess it up all the time. Well, I went to Marion Center. What can I say? He is allowed to play. Yeah, there you go. Sure. He is allowed to play the character that he played in Netflix, and it's going to transfer over. Because they're going to do the Midnight Sun. They're going to do but they need to do Blade, which they're so late because the only movie that they are having in 2024 is Deadpool. That's the only Marvel movie in the MCU. And that has never happened before because they have to hit the reboot. They have to hit
they've been missing the mark and losing so much money. And I'm going to tell you this, that the Netflix series are
thank you, Gabe.
gritty.
Yes.
They're fun. They're the story is good. You don't have lulls from episode to episode. I'm
No.
sorry, I know you like She-Hulk, but She-Hulk
I liked it because
was so up and down.
they were supposed to bring a lot more. I mean, I'm glad they brought like Cox in as Daredevil. I mean, they made it like funny and hooking up because I mean the She-Hulk was very promiscuous, but also too they were supposed to bring the Thing in, and that wasn't happening. And they got to get this Thing roster with these actors ready to go because they have to
Yeah.
get that on the mark, or it's not going to be that good because it's already been 2 years.
So,
So
Bob, you're
thank
Marvel.
you,
You're
Bobby.
Marvel.
Oh, he said
Yeah.
he'd make that burger thing when it warms
Okay.
up. Yes, sir, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Barbecue Bob's in the house. Thank you, Bob, for tuning
Hey,
in.
Bob. Thanks, buddy.
I'll share your stuff, brother. So
When
I
you hook
mean,
up with the She-Hulk, Bob, I want to ask you a question. Serious question.
what do you mean hook up?
Would your
When I
wiener burn from the radiation?
from the gamma radiation?
Yeah.
Probably, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
hook up. I mean,
I know you're married now, but
I'm
this
married.
is pre-married. She-Hulk.
Pre-married. Well, I am. I'm married to She-Hulk. My
Oh, there you
She-Hulk's out.
go.
My She-Hulk's
Yeah.
out there. My radiation doesn't. You know what I mean? Like Tammy could play. Tammy's probably taller. Tammy's taller
Yeah.
than the actress playing She-Hulk.
Yeah,
Tammy,
she's like 5'4".
my
The
wife
real
is
actor.
my wife was taller than China because we went to Steel City Con and we were dating. I'm like, Tammy, you need to walk by China because I want to see. And God bless China. I know she passed away. I
Yeah.
wanted to see how tall Tammy was compared to China, and Tammy was taller than China. Swear to God. And if I had been with Tammy when I first got into wrestling, there was my manager, there's my valet, and Tammy would have been making money, and I'd have been sitting at home where Tammy would have been having a contract. I believe that.
That's
I
great.
mean,
That's great.
I believe that.
That's
I
great.
believe that. She's like, no. I said, I'm telling you, you would have made money in the mid '90s. You'd have been like doing the stuff and doing bookings, and you know what I mean? Because tall, blonde, Missy Hyatt, and all those blondes, and Sunny. I mean, look at Sunny now; she's in jail. So I mean, it's just crazy. And Tammy is taller than all of them at 5'10". They're not that tall. Tallness is something that you can't buy tallness. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, get back to MCU. I just think the Marvels is out on Blu-ray. I watched it again on my TV, the cable stuff that I got off Larry.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well, I'm not going to tell you about it. It's going to be too woke for you, and you're going to be upset in certain parts.
Yeah.
Okay, but stay for the end credit because it's a great end credit. It's probably worth watching that whole movie.
See, now here's the thing. I like to see women empowered.
I do too.
I don't want to see them put over to the point where it's kind of like a joke.
Well, not every if they then this is speculation that the Silver Surfer will be a female in the Fantastic Four movie. I am not into that. Don't change the characters. There has been a female Herald with Galactus, and it was Nova, and it was Frankie Ray. I'm okay with that. They make the female Herald Nova, Frankie Ray. I'm okay. Not Norman Rad or Norma Rad as a Silver Surfer. Not dealing with that.
Yep. If there was a documentary
Traveling Fools. Thank you. Yo.
Traveling Fools. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
If they did a documentary about let's just say Stephen Hawking.
Okay.
British guy, brilliant. Handicapped. He's handicapped guy.
Gotcha.
He needs to be portrayed as a white British guy, handicapped.
Yes.
I don't want to see him as a female, walking around.
Right.
I want to believe.
Right.
And I have a hard time believing when there's so many things that have changed with the character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you because Donnie just said no effing changing Silver Surfer. F that. Donnie, they might do that. So I don't know.
So you're alienating your fan base to make a few people that might be fans happy.
But I don't think they're fans in the higher echelon of movie producing. The producers are not fans. They are not the loyal people that spend their money that do what I do or do what you do to watch stuff or go buy comic books or go to the comic book store and know the lineage of comic book stories. And I know Donnie, stuff that truly want you truly want the Hulk in a movie. You want the Hulk being a savage Hulk. The madder he gets, the stronger he gets. He has an issue because he has mental anguish with him and Banner because his dad abused him, which came out years later. The whole time the Hulk was been going around from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and probably 90s, mid 90s. Nobody knew that his dad, abused, killed his mom and abused, he was an abusive father. That was his ultimate evil person, was his dad. Nobody knew that. I mean, that's the greatest Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of all time. I mean, Jesus, God almighty. But they're not going to, maybe they can do that now because now they have everything under the banner of the Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, because Aquaman's out. I don't even know if Aquaman's any good. I don't even know.
They're casting a net out there, hoping they catch whatever's in the net. They're not being specific. It's just, it's willy-nilly, and they're paying for it because people aren't putting butts in the seats. They're not going to the theaters. And don't tell me it's COVID. No, it's the product.
People want to watch stuff at home. They don't want to deal with it. If it's not good, they already hear about it. Like the last movie I went to see was Godzilla -1. I had to watch it in a movie theater, and you have to watch it in a movie theater or have a big screen TV because when his tail swipes down 17,000 buildings, that's what you want to see. You want to see total destruction, and that's what I want to see.
I saw Iron Claw in the theater.
I need to see that, and I haven't seen it yet. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was fantastic.
That was...
And you already know that they kind of tweaked a little bit because this real story is so overwhelmingly sad. You have to change it. Traveling Fools is 2024. Usain Bolt would play Stephen Hawking. That is about right. Usain Bolt would play Stephen Hawking.
See?
Or Megan the Stallion.
Oh God, I don't know. It's just terrible. Like you can't. Like I watch old stuff. Like Archie Bunker. Archie Bunker and Sanford and Son could never play on TV nowadays. Never. I mean, I know
because they get along. They get along. They're not trying to separate people. Growing up in Marion Center, you used to call someone who's Polish or someone who's Italian.
Yeah,
and it was a form of endearment.
Well, I mean, some people. I mean, I got bashed because I was Italian.
It depends on who it was coming from.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Like, some got a little bit more reprieve than others. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if they called my mom if they called my mom because my mom's full-blooded Sicilian, they said something, she'd be going like, it'd be like a Soprano episode.
Well, my mom too. She's
it's about the same way.
She's been dipped a couple times in the dark water. So she's a couple tea bags darker than me. Because of that, she's Sicilian. So, it's just one of those things. I remember kids thinking she was biracial when I was getting my hair cut. Or,
No, she's
thinking, it's just, things have changed, but it's just
well, I mean, I want to expand my knowledge and I want to be more
to understand before you judge.
Yes, but I just would like my Silver Surfer as a guy. That's all. There's characters. You don't have to change any characters to fit your format when there's other characters that already fit that format. And that's just what Marvel needs to do. And and Star Wars the same. You know what I mean? So
now, I don't want to see Wonder Woman be changed to a Wonder Man. I know there's a Wonder
Man.
Thank
you, sir. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a Wonder Man, Simon Williams.
Hey, Colby.
And
Go Dogs.
In Marvel, Wonder Woman is a badass woman. And that movie, the first movie of Wonder Woman, was probably the greatest thing that DC had in their movies. I loved it. And speaking of DC, Mr. K knows his DC. DC does the same, and he says maybe even worse. And it's a shame, too, because DC has so much. The sad part about DC is their animation stuff is better than their live movie version.
Same with Star Wars. The Clone Wars were so much better than anything that's come out in a while.
That last three shit. You know what? Speaking of Star Wars, before we get out of here, you know what I saw in Walmart today, which I didn't think was actually was ever going to happen? The first season of Mandalorian was on Blu-ray, and I thought it was only on a Chinese thing, and I thought it was like illegal on eBay to get. Now Disney has actually put their Mandalorian season 1 on Blu-ray. I never thought they would do that. They were never supposed to do that. Smoke says Marvel is greater than DC. I think greater. The greater sign is like this way.
Yeah.
That way. Yeah, greater. Yeah, but DC animation is better than the Marvel. Oh, here's one.
So
No, that
Dylan
won't.
Mulvaney.
No, nope. That I don't think that'll happen. I
Boy,
hope
he's
not.
funny. This Traveling Fools, I love it.
Do you know him?
So Joey goes on the Traveling Fool show.
Oh, he has a show
Weekly. Yeah, Traveling Fools.
What's the Traveling Fool show?
Yeah, put the link in the description for Traveling Fools.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Next week, Bubba, we have
Marvel doesn't need animation. Oh, Rich, they do, because there's so many stories that they can tell.
Yeah, you don't have the money or budget to tell all the stories.
They just don't have they just can't compete with DC in the animation. Like right now, and Mr. K can comment because he's this Mr. K, this guy I work with, knows DC fucking in and out, man. He's a DC lore. I mean, he's got fucking Green Lantern tattooed on his elbow and shit. Like he's all that in a bag of chips. I think the Infinity Crisis is now an animated movie right now. It's part 1. They can't do that live action. They can't ever do that live action. You have to do that. It's the same as the Secret Wars that they're doing is going to be not as good as the Secret Wars is done in the original. Yes, he said yes. Mr. K. TF doesn't even go live anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay. Zip it, Colby. I don't know. Hey, if you guys got a thing, I'd be more than happy to tune into your stuff, man. I'm all about 1 out of 3, said Mr. K said. But yeah, like I said, DC's better in animated. And right now, Marvel is better at the live, but lately, the only thing that they're good at is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, because the Marvels was set subpar, and we will see how Deadpool goes. If Deadpool kicks everything off and does everything right, because Ryan Reynolds told everybody, don't screw with this movie until I get it done, and you're still not going to screw with this, because he did scrape 10 minutes off of the She-Hulk stuff, because it was there, and he told him, boom, you're done, don't do it. You know,
hey,
hi, Lori Lash.
I got a note from Punksy Pete.
Pete,
yeah. It seemed like he was really upset. It was just, I couldn't read it very well, but it was about
Punksy Pete. Punksy Pete was on the Steelers show a couple times. It's very hard to get a hold of Punksy Pete.
It is.
I know. I tried to send him an email. He gave me this AOL.com, which is old. And he doesn't write back hardly, because I don't know if he's got internet sometimes.
MySpace. I think he uses he told me this doesn't make any sense. He said he used his grandmother's G-spot. I think he's talking about his grandmother's phone and used the hotspot.
I think so. Yeah, the hotspot, not the G.
I had to
yeah. So he get a hold of you lately?
He wrote me a note, and he thinks that JT and Ralph don't like him, so he's just not going to do a show for a while. I don't know why he would think that those two don't like him. I thought they were fine with him. So I just basically,
well, he can come on anytime if he can get the internet.
So we'll see what happens.
So yeah, well, before I get out of here, let me get some quick plugs in before I go, and I'm going to go right down the tube. So hey, here we go. Get your 5 pizza, Wapaho, and a root beer for $12.77 at Bob's Pizza on 4th Street, Indiana. There's one. My buddy Mark from Steelers Nation Australia. I like to plug everybody that helps out. Mark jumps on the show when he can, because Australia and the United States have different time. I believe I'm going to get Mark on here pretty soon. Also, February 2nd, we got the Boys Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk coming in the house. Live interview. And then anybody in Indiana County who wants to do Watkins Box's proud supporter of the Triple B Experience. And my newest video, 1-to-1. Kimi Soku, who does stuff with AEW and has her own Ring of Honor podcast, and she's looking to get some credentials to go to WrestleMania as a correspondent. So the next AEW pay-per-view, she might be in a media scrub asking Tony Khan some questions. And then this guy right here, Big 12 Fan Zone with Joey and Shane. I believe, when is your show, Shane? When is your show?
Mondays is the West Virginia show. And then Thursdays is the Big 12 Fan Zone. And we were on last night, and we talked about basically the financial situation of each conference and how eventually they're just going to smother the little guy. It was a lot of numbers, a lot of speculation based off of, just stats. So if you're a sweaty college football nerd, come join us.
Yeah, I'm just well, there's a lot of stuff going on. The podcast world is very, very hot right now. Speaking of podcast world, these guys, the Steelers Round podcast, they will be getting in touch with me. We'll be doing a mega cast talking about the Steelers 2023 and a week and 24 right after the Super Bowl, looking at a Tuesday night. I'll let everybody know. I'll put some graphics out and do what I can. Now, tomorrow night, the world beater Chris Coleman's going for the Imagine Heavyweight Championship against gorgeous Gregory, and hopefully Chris can kick his ass and take the belt and become champion, a singles champion, a first time ever. I want to go to this match so bad. I really, really, truly want to. I hope things can line up in the stars for me, but I'm working tomorrow, and I don't want to promise anything, but I know Larry's been wanting me to go because I got the Extreme Pro Wrestling Podcast hoodie coming, which I paid for. I do want to go, and I do wish Chris the best. Hopefully Chris is champion by 10 o'clock. And also Rich Smokes and Freight Trains Thursday nights at 8 p.m., the NFL Elite Banner, where they go in-depth diagramming every game like no other. We do Wednesday nights where we give picks and crack jokes. I'm not really in-depth after the Steelers are out of it. I don't care anymore. So I just throw darts on a board.
We might be throwing darts, Bubba, but what overall we picked 38 wins over our losses. So it was, what are we, 120?
Yeah,
120 and 86.
Yeah, I'm not quitting.
I mean, we did pretty good for a bunch
Thank you so much, Traveling Fools. I like that name. Hey, subbed up. All right, Traveling Fools. I thank you so much. Every Friday night we do Pop Culture. We do a little different stuff. Now next Friday night we're gonna have the Mania Megacast panel in. We're gonna be doing some Royal Rumble picks, and then just talking uncensored, uncut, on Raw. Maybe we can talk about some other stuff while I got the guys in here, because usually it's the one-man band, but tonight I brought Shane along, and me and Shane were shooting the shit, talking about a whole bunch of stuff, including food. So, I mean, if you got to subscribe, which I should have put that on the whole time. And also, there we go. We're on Instagram and all that stuff, and Twitch. And I'm just, out there and about, because actually, this is funny. I have to cut a video for a mockumentary that's going to be shown in a movie theater in Waynesboro, PA. Yes, I have to cut. Yeah, I got to cut a video. Tammy's going to film me, and I'm going to be like I have to do an impersonation and come up with some character. I did it real good. Well, maybe I can. Here, let me tell you. I got it right here on my phone. The video stuff. Okay, so let's see if I can. If it goes over. And let me see if you can hear this. Is funny. Hold on. Everybody just bear with me. I do crazy stuff here. Let me tell you about the story I had to deal with. That's me. One night I was night fishing by myself, and I had a cooler, 4 pounds, a bottle of bourbon, and a ton of hot dogs with a bottle of ketchup. And I was fishing by myself, and it was quite chilly out, so I opened up the cooler to get me some bourbon, a little bit of tips, you know what I mean? But hey, yeah, that's the way you talk all the time. You're actually putting on something for the show, right? This is the way you talk all the time. This is what I was supposed to talk like. I recorded this to send it to the mockumentary. I got to do a video. Oh, mama. It's about a monster who eats hot dogs. I did this while I was driving my Jeep after work. You're gonna wreck, Bubba. I multitask. You imagine rolling up beside you while you're doing that? I don't know. People probably in the car. Crazy. You look over, and you're like, he said it was okay. I just need to do a video, so I got to get it out to him before February. You want me to video you next week? Well, no. I'm gonna have Tam do it probably this weekend. Okay. I'm gonna dress in a Carhartt. And like a hoodie. Oh, those are big money now. That's like a designer brand. Yeah. I got to try to redo this. It'll probably be a little different, but
that's great. That's my story about the
I fucked it up. It was a cricket. It was the cricket monster, or it was the cricket
monster.
It was the hold on. It was about you have to talk about your encounter with Crickfoot. He is a legendary Pennsylvania monster who loves hot dogs. And I fucked it all up. So that was I'm gonna redo it. Yeah, I'm gonna redo it.
Side.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo it. And he said it was funny. And I tried to do the Dave Chappelle when he was like the Bigsby.
Yeah.
That's what I tried to do.
Yeah.
You know, you all here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was my joke of the day. Yeah. Oh, geez. Wow. I'm talking to myself because I hear the volume. There you go. Damn it. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I shut it off because people are looking. So anyway, let me get a little bit more before we get out of here. Also, too, Draft 412 is going to help me out during the draft. JT Toth, he'll be back on the show on this show, the Black and Gold Dynasty, Wednesday nights at 9:00, where I talk Steeler football. No breaks for me. And also, last but not least, the 12-year-old prodigy, WWE prodigy, with his own show, Buckle to Buckle. He'll be, taking some WWE picks. I think he'll be doing his show tomorrow about the weekly concurrency of what's going on in the WWE land. Probably talking about Seth Rollins tomorrow. He is. So, hey, Shane, thanks for coming on tonight.
I love it. Fun Friday night for me.
This was supposed to, you know what it was? I told Tam, I said, Tam, this is going to be a half-hour show. As you can see, it's not a half-hour show. Thank God my wife loves
Tammy
me.
does not know anything.
She knows. She knows I don't shut up. But it is, it is what it is.
Half an hour show. We're an hour and 42 minutes, Bubba.
But you know what? People are listening. They were listening.
It's fire. It's fun.
And everybody, please hit like and subscribe to the Triple B Experience. Go to Shane's show with this one right here again, the Big 12. Subscribe to that and subscribe to everybody that I promoted here on the side, because that's what I try to do, people. So everybody, if you got to go to work tomorrow, leave early, because that's what's going to happen tomorrow, because it's supposed to be bad. And then shovel out your driveway, because it's probably happening. So,
hey,
okay.
And if it's taken a while, you Bubba can be found on Spotify and now on iHeart.
That's correct.
So listen, you don't need to see our two ugly mugs. You can actually just listen. It's more pleasurable.
Yeah.
To hear Shane and Bubba talk than to watch us talk.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because I don't ever shut up. And then I think I'm on everything. I think Apple is giving me a little difficulty. It's not agreeing with it, but like my wife says, she's like, you're this close from where you need to be. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm happy. We got some new people coming on today that subscribed. It just keeps on trucking. She's like, what podcast you got tonight? Because you got so many. I said, Tam, it's the Pop Culture one. And she's like,
my wife asked me that, and I'm like, no, I'm not going on. And then of course I go on.
Yeah, your wife and my wife are gonna get together
at 9, so it doesn't matter.
Well, mine's probably I don't know what she's doing. Hold on, I got one more comment here. Oh man, everybody's subbing up. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
so
Colby.
much.
Go dogs.
Thank you, Colby.
Go dogs, Colby. Dogs.
Dogs. What? Georgia.
Yeah. Go dogs.
Oh, okay.
You ever seen Pat McAfee do the go dogs and then he picked Alabama or whatever? That was some heat.
Pat McAfee.
He's talking up Georgia, and then all of a sudden he says,
I love, boy, if I could get Pat McAfee, man.
Oh, man, is he a funny dude?
Oh, just one.
You know what's terrible is like
1 minute with Pat
most
McAfee,
of the guys I went to school with are like a Pat McAfee. They're just wild, crazy, Western Pennsylvania, West Virginia, New Jersey dudes.
You know who we need to get, and me and you need to get him on, is Jimmy Bradley.
There we go. He was always a funny guy. We played basketball together. We joke around a lot.
He's a comedian out west. He's out doing the California nightclubs, the comedy clubs.
Let's see if he can handle, like, he's working on his material, but can he handle, is he still fast on the draw like we are?
I don't know if I'm that fast. I don't know. I'm like Don.
We're quick-witted, Bubba.
I'm the shakiest gun in the West, like Don Knotts.
It's our superpower.
Well, we got tons of superpowers.
Quick wit and a sharp tongue.
Yeah. Well, this sharp tongue's going to call it a night. So, Everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. Shane, totally appreciate you coming on. You'll be on next week and Wednesday doing the picks, Friday doing the WWE picks for the Rumble. So, and Shane will be doing his own show. Like everybody's doing like all these podcasts. But you know what? It keeps us out of trouble. It keeps us out of bars. That's what keeps me out of. So, okay, everybody. Later. Thank you, Traveling Fools. I love this. Colby covers, Traveling Fools. It's all kind of good stuff, man. These guys got some some names. Yeah. So okay, everybody. Have a great weekend. Shane, I'll see you later. Take care, everybody.